Hi, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here. This is just a short video as an introduction to my new style, my new podcast. This is an introduction to my October readings, because many of you were of two minds asking me, well, we like to see the video because we like to see the cards. And those of you who wrote in saying that the podcast, you preferred the podcast, said, well, it really makes me listen more carefully. And I have to say, I too am of two minds, because I do like to show the cards. I really do. But I can't deny that I really have a strong sense of connection when I turn off the video and when I use my voice and just listen. So in this intro, well, first of all, let me show you this. I'm doing this because a colleague of mine, well, a friend of mine said, oh, that warlock, that marionette, it just is the creepiest thing, but it's harmless. It's a true marionette. And I just wanted to show it to you so you don't get freaked out by it. This was, it's a handmade marionette, and I got this at the airport. You know how you're waiting on to board, and right next into the corner there was a shop that had all handmade marionettes, and it was so cute. Look at that hat. Look at that hat. So cute, so cute. And so, I just brought it here to make you see with me, so just relax. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is that I'm going to show you the deck of cards that I'll be using. So when I call on you and ask you to, even though I do them in a pre-recorded way, I'm going to channel and listen to the energies that I get from each individual sign. So let me first tell you that I'll be using the runes. I'll be starting with the runes casting. And I'll be using these tiger eyes runes because you can see them. The etching is fairly clear, and for me to see, when I usually read, it's usually dark, and so I like to be able to see them. And I'll be using those first. You'll hear them in the podcast. Then I have three different decks to use. The first is the Voodoo Tarot deck that I've used before. You've known that. This is the 14th Major Arcana, we can call that. Thibonage, the 20th Major Arcana, the Ancestors, just to give you a few. 0, the World Egg, and so on. Then we have a Santeria 2 card, Olofi, just to give you a few of the cards, just to give you an idea, but you know these more than the other two decks. And the next deck is the Tarot of Muja, de la Muja, who is an artist. And just to give you an idea of what they look like, this is the 11th card. What could that be? Justice. You can see that, maybe the 11th Major Arcana, that's Justice. This is who do we have here? The Emperor. Oops, the Emperor. Here we have the Hermit. Lovely cards, lovely cards. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let me put these away and show you another deck, which is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And I've used this twice, 2 other times. This is the 9 of Cups. This is the version of the 9 of Cups. Whoa, the foot of my marionette has fallen. This is the High Priestess. High Priestess. This is the Magician. Let me see if I could get it better. Oh, the closer, the farther away I get it from the light, there it is, the better it is. And this is our Knight of Swords. Get a load of that, our Knight of Swords. There you are. Okay, so, but another reason why I wanted to give an introduction is that I wanted to thank a colleague, a fellow reader, for having sent me a person to work with. Thank you, Lou, Louisiana Lou. Why am I thanking her? The main reason is that it gave me the opportunity to fine-tune what I was doing. It was a particular case, and it made me able to speak about it and to give you, my experience with this person and to tell you how I work. So I thought it would clarify a lot of things. So in short, the person was looking for initially a black witch or a warlock, someone who could fight fire with fire in terms of black magic. Now, well, this is an expression in English, fight fire with fire, get the same intensity, because he felt that he was an object of black magic. Now, the person was looking for that, but then he came to me and I asked him to tell me what the story was about. And I was taking notes, and he told me that for decades he has been targeted with black magic. And I wanted, in some way, I invited him for a consultation, okay, to understand. And he prefaced the introduction of this whole story with a series of admonishments, of warnings, telling me that he had been to many other people before me, and none of them wanted to work with him because each one individually had suffered some kind of flash of negative energy towards them directly. One was threatened, her life was threatened, another fell ill with a serious illness for an extremely long time. And I let him talk. Like I said, I took notes, I asked my questions, and then I explained to him how I worked. Now, what I will explain to you is my form of white magic. Okay, we could call it white magic, but I just want to say that we can change the words around. It's all the same, just like any field, physics, linguistics. People have, and groups of people that work together have different ways of calling things, and in different countries they call the same phenomenon with another lexical item, all right? So, but what I want to say is that this is a form of white magic. It's a service that I provide and that I've listed on my website. First and foremost, I told him my diagnosis, that what he was experiencing was only one of many, far many other more serious blocks and restrictions that could be ailing him. And I started asking him a number of questions, but then I hit him with the fundamental question. What is your intention? What do you want to achieve by coming to me? And what he said was this: I want two things. One, I want to unmask the largest pedophile ring in the Northern Hemisphere. And two, I want to be able to receive adequate medical care, because in his country, in Ireland, he was negated that for several different reasons. Okay, I won't go into the political side to it now. And with that, having heard that, with those objectives, it put me in a position of being able to then do my magic, eliminating any negative influences on him, stopping him from achieving those goals. How? I was able to cut bonds, contracts, curses, and remove curses and vows, spells, anything, you name it, that were affecting him directly. The list is endless. Affecting him directly, and as a consequence, it would block the negative energy affecting him, and it would not target but contain those people, he listed names, first and last names, that were manipulating him throughout the decades. These people represent members of the clergy, solicitors, barristers, and politicians in that country. Now, one important thing is that there was no fear. I never, ever operate with fear. If I have to be fearful, I just say no. It's not a moment when I can work. The process was reversed, is reversed, because their initial energetic dealings and workings, or if we want to call it magic, were halted But we had, of course, this person who was in a wheelchair, who was dying, and ultimately was powerless, disempowered completely. And one thing then leads to another, and you get the press, you get someone to help you out, physicians to, okay, so it's a series of things that then change. Now, this is just to give you an idea of what how I work. Fundamental is not, and this is a suggestion for all other readers, all other energy workers, light workers, never work if you are fearful. And there's something that when someone comes to me, and I have seen a lot of different cases, okay? When I decide if I can work with you, and this is determined by a series of parameters linked to the nature of your soul, I never have to decide if I'm conditioned by fear or any other, or because it will create repercussions. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to say that. And thanks again, Lou. I appreciate that. Now off to the readings. Bye-bye. Hi, Aries. This is Christelle Martinette. And like I told my other signs after I made a plan to just do the audio because it was wonderful for me, my program crashed and I can't get the assistance to help me right away. I did get assistance, but they said that they're working on a new version for Sierra for the Mac, and because I had upgraded. And so we shall do what we can, and I'm going to do the video for you, Aries. Let's see what the month of October brings for you. Okay. Well, there's what I'm looking at seems to be work in progress. You have you're going literally towards the key to a solution for you. You have everything that it takes in your power to make things work your way. And every step of the day, every step of the way, you're getting closer to a refined modus operandi. And in this, you have a lot of help from your friends. You know, you have a lot of goodwill behind you because they see your passion, they see your energy, and it's very easy for them to jump on the bandwagon and give you that added push. Much of the difficulties you face are of your own doing. That's very clear in this runes casting. There are three different conversations depending on how you want to look at it. But what is interesting for me to see is that this month, October, may be for you, and I use may because I was taught never to say will be, but it, according to my mind, from what I'm seeing, is going to be the most important month of the year for you in terms of turning point, news that's coming in, anything that has to give you a real shove in changing your situation. October's is going to be the threshold month. Changing, big changes, big messages, big important news coming in. Now, there's the runes are telling me also that you have not as yet really fully come into your own. There's a lot that you can do. And you are taking things one step at a time, not characteristic of the fire sign that you are. And you're really trying to take things take matters one at a time and one step at a time. But here the runes are saying that there's a little more here that you can do to characterize yourself, to distinguish yourself from, set yourself away from the crowd, you know. You want to take a look and see not what other people are doing, obviously, but what you can do and how you can do it best. This is what the runes are saying. There's something you're doing that you can refine, that you can change, that you can upgrade, and that will be the key to further distinguishing yourself, because you're this weird right next to Björk Merkstave, in line with Otala, is telling us that you're with Ing, Ing, the rune Ing, is the road to success, of course, is paved with difficulties, but the more you're true to yourself and your style, your individual style, what you do best, the easier you will receive help from backers, from investors, and the more you will be able to solve the glitches as they come up. It's quite interesting, this. Let me ask you to concentrate now on the three different decks: Muha, Sexual Magic, and Voodoo Tarot. I've got the Sexual Magic is what is screaming at me. Okay, now you're in for a difficult reawakening. And as I said, the month of October for you is going to be the most important month. I'm seeing here a situation, a tower situation that's tempered by stars. You know, it's very interesting. And the Ten of Swords. So, you know, it's as if the worst is over, but it's coming. You know, the worst is over. You've gone through that, but something was going to happen to change your life. You know, it's not going to be the same as before, by no means. You know, and interesting, I've got five major arcana here. I've got the Star, the Tower, the Hanged Man, the Empress, and the Temperance card. A mixed bag of, you know, shaking it up, turn around, look. You've got to see things differently. Can't you see the evidence of what you have before your very eyes? Okay, this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. Now, it's as if, of course, there's this beautiful, lovely Queen of Cups here. But the Queen of Cups is flanked by the Page of Swords. Now, this is telling me, Aries, that you are not seeing something in relation to your love life. You're not looking at it. You're not even taking it into consideration. You have this other situation, it seems, that is conditioning your days. But there is also a Knight of Swords, along with the Page, that is they're going to force you to look at your romantic life and your emotional life. And they're going to practically take you and put your nose into it. And say, okay, if you want to take care of that side of your life, fine. But you cannot leave aside this very important this very important dimension of your life. Now, what I am seeing here, Aries friends, is that First of all, you want to take your time with understanding a fundamental truth that you have not understood. And you want to practically go to the negotiation table and speak to this person or persons, people who, I get the impression that it's almost as if there's an interview here where you're talking to several people, partners, potential partners, and this difficult situation that is slipping into your life, that is in your life now, but it's slipping in and, causing such difficulty for you the month of October, is putting you in a situation of weighing different options with respect to your love life. Because that is a dimension for you, Aries, that is not set in stone. And half of you seems to claim that you're not ready and you don't have time to do that right now. But the other half is doing it, is simply going dancing, is simply meeting people for coffee, is simply having fun, almost on a superficial basis, but the people involved are not that superficial. You get reactions. They want to go further. You seem to put it, at bay, and it seems that you are not prone to make decisions quickly in that department. Either you just want to play the field, it seems, and just wait until something smacks you in the face or a brick falls on your head to give you the message. Just like the universe has done with my program, made it crash. I don't know when I could use it again. But the month of October is going to take you and put your nose into certain realities, into certain truths. And you're going to have to face that. I'm going to take now the Vira Sibilla and look at these difficult cards. Some of them may present themselves as being difficult. And I'm not so worried about the Ten of Swords because it's a situation that is entering the month you know about already. It's hardships. There are hardships that probably you are undergoing already. But I'm going to take the Tower. Yes, there's fidelity, fedeltà, the widower, and love. Now, this could play out in very different levels, very many different levels. A person that is very dear to your heart may pass. And, the card fedeltà does talk about being very close to them and being with them, actually physically with them. On the other hand, there's another level that it speaks to. It speaks to the end of a romance. It speaks to the end of someone you thought would be that one. That was the one for you. And no matter what that situation was like, you always thought that that would be the one. Well, it's over. And that is going to happen the month of October. You can put the tombstone on it, and that is over. All right, so there's these two different situations. It also has, if we want to, and I will, because there's, the lovely cards that flank the widower, is that the relationship that you thought was dead, because we have the stars, will be coming up again. And that will rock your world the month of October. And I'm going to take 3 Sibilla cards on the Hanged Man. Well, the Hanged Man. All right, we have Donna Maritata, the married woman, mother, sospiri, sighing, and jealousy. Well, this is a mouthful. I don't know where to start here. All right, if we subscribe to the third of those suggestions, that there's going to be a renewal in that relationship. And the Hanged Man card, look how lovely that is. The Hanged Man card is suggesting that we do take a look at it in a different fashion. Well, there was much jealousy on both parties. This is undoubtedly the case. So speedy sighing means you need to let that go. That needs to be let go on both parties. These are the two parties. And the issue here is let bygones be bygones and finding new tools in order for you to go forward and move forward. Also, if you subscribe to the notion that of a loss, of either a death or the end of a relationship, these cards are telling you that you need to leave the loss go. It's telling you to turn the page of the book or close the book. All right, now I'm going to take 3 Sibylla here on this Knight of Swords. That is such a fast-moving knight and such a, slashes through anything, comes in like a bang in October, and it will really, like I say, rock your boat there, rock your world. Let's see what that's all about. Well, now there's double fire here. You can see by the illustrations alone. This is the intimacy card in Imeneo. This is the disaster, disgrazia, the house on fire, which is another type of tower situation, and the dottore. Now, this can mean that the other party involved here has an issue that they are taking care of and would like you to be involved because they can't come to terms with it alone. And that will rock your earth. This can also mean that this new situation is so unexpected that you're taken aback and you will be taking time away. It can also mean that the care needed to solve a disastrous problem in terms of a relationship can only be done by coming together. And this is going to be a choice that you're going to have to make, Aries. And I believe that that is the nature of the tower situation for the month of October, really. I'm going to take a few cards now to the Empress here. Yeah, okay, the idea of death keeps coming up here. There's the death card here. This is the deliranti, the delirious man, and the communication. Now, this can mean that in a relation, in a tight web of relations here, could be relatives, could be loved ones. I believe it is loved ones, whether they are the significant other or they are friends or close family. The difficulty here in facing either an illness, the end of a love story, trying to come to grips with the end of a story is very difficult for you, but you are compelled toward communication, precisely with the difficult issue, precisely with that problem that person who is causing you problems. You have to go right in and face them directly in order for you to come to grips with the month of October. Very difficult month, very jam-packed, a life changer, the month of October, Aries, for you. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being with me. And do follow me on Twitter. As I said, I broadcast live once a day, and if I don't see people, I go away, obviously, and the time zones are different in all over the world. this is clear. But sooner or later, I'm going to, I've had peaks of 35 at once, 10, 17, 2, 1 in the middle of the night. Very interesting, though, to be able to have that exchange. There's a window, chat window, that I could see. I'll be filming, but I can answer, and you can hear my answer. I cannot write the questions and answers. I cannot do that. So don't write to me and asking me questions in Twitter. And hope this was of help till we meet again, until we read together again. Bye-bye, Aries.